Do you want to feel like light, happy, like a feather? But what you actually experience is kind of like you are just dragged down. There's some heavy, like tar around you. Maybe even you feel like you're walking around in this, like this. Then this video is for you because this video is all about that. This whole series of video is all about that kind of feeling of walking around a jar, being drained. My name is Michael Plosek, and this whole channel is about growing as a conscious being, and I'll just take it as I come. So sometimes it doesn't make sense, sometimes it doesn't matter at all. I'm just sharing what feels right for me, and if it makes sense for you, very good. If it doesn't, it's okay too. This video is all about what it takes to really become lighter. And if you didn't already watch the first video in this series, which is why I'm doing it and also the impact on you beginning to lift yourself higher, how to do that, you can watch that. I'll put a link somewhere down here or in the video. So anyway, let's just jump into this video. Now, first of all, what's dragging us down as human beings is mostly some unexpressed emotions. And for some people, it's kind of things we think about, but beneath that, we got the unexpressed emotions. And the very low energies of this, it's guilt and shame. And these are toxic. They are draining a person from vitality. Kind of like thinking about a boat in the water and there are holes in the boat and you're just there trying to pour the water out of the boat all the time. You're just fighting against something that's actually nearly impossible to fight against. You're draining yourself. So what to do about it? Begin to investigate. And I know this could be very difficult, but begin to investigate. What is it actually that's going on inside? Begin to be very curious about your thoughts and about your emotions. And what I talk about in this series is actually to begin to look at the things that you did not express. And when we talk about shame and guilt, from my experience, from myself and from the people I helped with this as a coach, it's very much about things we did that we thought we should not do. And we did not share that, and that's holding us down. Okay, so I'm gonna share 3 things in this video that comes from my teenage this time. When I thought about what to share, it's 3 different things, and all of the things that I'm sharing in this series of videos is things from my own story and things where I want to help the people that I help beginning to look at these things and begin to share them with people that they are closest to, and then maybe later on people more like public. And the 3 things that I'm going to share with you now. The first one, when I was around close to 18 years, I was promised a driver license from my mother. And there was just one thing, that was that I was not allowed to smoke. So I took the driver license, and now here comes the thing. I was actually secretly doing what I should not do while I got the driver license. So I got the driver license, she paid for it, and she was in a time in her life where money was not that easy. So she actually put herself on the line to help me to really get that driver license. But I did this as I say, in secret. So this, already now, think about this. And maybe if you can, look into your own life now. Think about this. I was not telling the truth. And I know that I was kind of cheating here. And I knew that with that, I didn't know that, but I see that now. With that came shame. With that came that feeling of guilt. And I was just hiding it, doing my best to hide it. But maybe you know how that feels, running around and hiding something when you know this is not good enough. That's the tar. It just drags you down. So, and when I remember back, I remember how that felt. And one evening, I had just parked the car, her car, as I borrowed it, and I was standing in the parking lot and smoking. And she came home with one of my siblings. And when I saw her, and this is also the reaction, what I did, the reaction I did when I saw her and she saw me. This is just explaining how these emotions of guilt and shame, how bad they are. My reaction was like, I just jumped up and all my cigarettes from the package went up in the air, and I was just like really embarrassed. Okay, so what happened after was that we didn't really talk about this, and I just tried to hide myself instead of actually expressing and being with what happened, which just led me even more far away in that life that I went into, which was very bad stuff. And I have shared and will share more about that. So what happened was that my mother just told me that there was what's that word for that? That was very bad, and I needed to pay her back, and that she trusted me, but I didn't really manage to. I didn't manage that trust, and that's true. So I paid her back, and this was an incident that was not very good, and one that am not happy with at all. So, and the next thing that I also want to share. I know this is something. Some of these things are things that for some people it's just like this is normal, but the fact is that deep down we know that this is not okay. We know that this is not okay. And when we do things like that, again, this is just going to put some more of these heavy emotions in there, and it's going to put us down instead of lifting us up. So, one more thing that I'm not proud of at all, but things from what I did, and these are teenage years. This is some years before what I just described with the cigarettes, but this is me being on skateboard. So just running around with my crew and having a lot of fun, but also like being on the edge of everything, trying everything out and figuring out just to have fun, but also being on the edge to be able to really feel something, which is very fake. I'm going to share more about that later on. But the fact is, so there's two things from this period that came to me today that I'm not proud of. The one thing is that at that part of my time, I was with my crew, but we did graffiti around the area. So big stuff, small stuff, and that's also secret stuff, meaning that we had fun with it at that time, but not conscious at all, knowing that it was wrong, but just playing with it. So again, these are experiences that are not expressed, and they are inside, and they are just dragging down with the guilt and with the shame that comes along with it. Maybe we're not aware of it as it happens, but growing more conscious, we will be aware, and this is a great opportunity when we are aware. If you see this, if this makes sense to you, you begin to think about what happened in your life and begin to feel where there's something that should have been expressed, and think things like this. So the last things I'm gonna share here, and then I'm gonna stop with this video. It's probably something that most people experienced, and I mean most people, at least in my part of the world, because here it's quite normal that people, they start to drink in a young age. And in our country here in Denmark, I think we are one of the countries with the most heavy drinkers, and certainly among youngsters. And I know in many areas around the world this would be like crazy stuff. I heard it from friends, and I know there are areas around the world where people don't even drink. So that's a very cultural thing, and I think that's what it is. I'm not going to share about that in this video, but the thing is that I had many times, again the same years, where I actually told my mother that I was one place and that we just sat and saw some video or something, and actually what I was doing was being at another place and having a lot of fun with my friends and drinking and smoking and all of these things, but drinking. So again, these are things that I'm not proud of, and things where what happens is they are inside, and not sharing it, it's guilt and shame, and it's just like tar. So that was some incidents for this video, and I'll be back in a new video and I'll share some more stuff. And again, watch the first video if you're not really sure about what it is. And I'm also going to put some links below so you can watch some of the other videos, which is very much about helping you become even lighter, feeling more love, feeling more happiness, feeling more relaxed, even sleeping better too. So I'm Michael Plusek, and if you like this video, please give it a like, and also if you more than like it, please give it some love. Put your finger on the heart. And if you didn't already and you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. And also I would love a comment from you. I ask a question in the comments, so feel free to comment that. And that's it for this video. Bye bye.